Aloha to all. Welcome to the new series which I'll be discussing on what definitions are and why definitions has been chosen as a discussion for me in this particular series. Now, I will be first of all going through the entire, discussion on definitions in order to know what exactly it is and how we have to go ahead with the definitions and everything. And finally, after completing the discussions on definitions, I will touch upon and give the reason as to why it is important for us. So welcome to the new series on definitions. Now, why definitions? Now, here one has to understand that there are two reasons as to why we need to know them. One, to eliminate the verbal disputes. Usually what happens is that whenever we are discussing and if there is certain confusion or if we are not aware of it, there are certain disputes taking place. And secondly, in order to free ourselves from unnecessary arguments also. Now, when I talk about the arguments, these are not the logical arguments. I'm talking about in terms of the litigations also. So that's one point. Secondly, now let us see what exactly is the definition or what is a definition. Now, the definition has been given as completely, a statement of the meaning of a term, a word, phrase or other set of the symbols. Now, here the underlining aspect is meaning of a term, okay, a word. So it's not just a term, it can be a word, a phrase, a clause or other set of symbols. Now, here when I say symbols, these are the literal or the alphabets that we are talking about, the linguistic symbols. So definition belongs to the domain of what we call it as the language aspect of it. Now, secondly, what are the important features of definition? Here we have to understand that definitions are, number one, definitions of symbols, because each and every term or the word or the clause or the phrase that we're taking up, as I told you earlier in the earlier slide, that they are symbols representing something which is existing in the world. So it is a definition of that particular symbols and not of the objects. Now, what are these objects? These are the objects which are materially present in the external world for us, and they occupy some space and within the time also. So here definition again, it's the definition of symbols and not of the objects itself. And these symbols are what we call it as the linguistic symbols standing for that particular object. Now, why definition? The main reason being that only symbols have the meanings, like connotation, references. When we talk about that discussion which is usually taking place in the domain of language. However, I'm not going to enter into those intricacies or the details about what exactly the symbols are, what are connotations, what are denotations, and how exactly are they associated with meanings. That will take a completely a different discussion. And second point is that the definitions may explain the symbols with specific meaning also. For example, one may define the word chair because it has a meaning. It represents something which is existing externally, which is present in the world. But a chair itself, one cannot define. So if you ask me what a chair is, I would be giving you an explanation in terms of that. Yes, it has got a platform, it has got 4 legs or 2 legs, you can say. Then it has got at the back, which can give me support to my shoulders, or the entire back of my body is being supported by that. And there are different kinds of chairs and everything. So here we can see that it has a meaning, but in itself we do not have any kind of a definition also. Now, explanation. Now, for example, as I was giving you earlier, that yes, it has got 4 legs. Now, similarly, I can give you more explanation, like one may sit on a chair or paint it, burn it, describe it, saying that it is made up of wood or iron or steel or aluminium. It has got the back with 4 rods in it, so and so forth. I can explain it. However, one cannot define it because an actual chair is not a symbol that has a meaning to be explained. What one actually defining are always the symbols itself. So that is what I just wanted to introduce the concept of definition via certain things. So here we have seen what exactly, and I have given you a very short introduction about the definition. So let's see what we have got in store with us more about the definitions. Till then, thanks and take care. Bye.